what the French toast is there to think about?
Yo, yes. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It's your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again. Oh, man. Always with the double. Always. So, you know what I'm saying? We got it complicated in the broadcast room. You know what I'm saying? I'm always sending shout outs, real talk, because, you want to use other people's content, send them a shout out. Just is what it is out here. Just is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? It's complicated. Got, the situation here, defining masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we in the 21st century, oh man, it's crazy out here. But the problem seems to be is that while the progression is going on and women are being able to do this and that, you know what I'm saying, is that at the same time too, they still want men to be men. I mean, am I right?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Yo, I'm just saying here. So, let's dive off into this. And like always, these quarters, nickels, and dimes are in on the times.
Because a woman is soft. She's power. She's God. She's able to have a child. So you can give her the world, but it's not even big enough for her.
Hold up. And I know y'all out there like, Alan, what the hell just happened? Dude, why you cut him off so quick? Why you cut the video off so quick? Listen. I'm gonna tell you something right now. A woman is not God. I don't care what you try to say this and that. Oh, a woman can, birth a baby, this and that. That's what she's naturally supposed to do.
What the French toast is there to think about?
That doesn't make her God. I have yet to see any woman make any type of wind blow, make any trees move, make any mountains move. I have yet to see a woman. I'm talking about some physical shit here. Because God could do, God, quote unquote, let's just go there. God could make things happen. Listen, look. All this belief for you men out there, some of you men, man, all this belief in women talking about their God and stuff like that. No, a woman is not God at all.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Stop worshiping human beings. You're in a selfish idol lust. It's ridiculous and it's fucking disgusting. The fuck are you talking about? She's just a human damn being like you. She has a role and a purpose, just like you. Your purpose as a man is to put the seed off in her for her body to cultivate that seed in order to grow. It's just like putting a seed. It's just like putting seeds in the ground to grow cotton, or to grow fruits and vegetables, fruit trees and things like that, or to grow any type of plant. Yeah, you have to put the seed into quote unquote, Mother Earth, and then it will grow. But she's not gonna produce anything unless you put a seed off in her.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Man, stop with all this idol worshiping women and shit, man. Stop that shit.
I hate male feminists, so.
What's the difference between feminist women shaming men for being men and traditional women shaming men for not being real men?
Tradcons are undercover feminists.
Why is it when we talk about women's issues, it's considered the war on women, but when we talk about men's issues, it's considered the war on masculinity?
Yeah, because America's bullshit and men deserve rights too. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman who's like women rights. I will be glad to cook and clean and stay home.
I guess because women feel like they've been.
Hey, I bet you are. I bet you would. But hey though, it's no slight on that lady there. All I'm saying is, in this situation here, is that everybody wants to keep some of these traditional roles, both men and women, and that's the whole point out here. You know what I'm saying? Some of them. I said some of them. And then they want to blend this shit in with the modern way of living, and where women could go out and they work more than any time and work more and earn money than any time in history on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Women could go out and do this now. So now that puts them at a certain tax bracket as an individual, and then they're looking at a man. It's like, okay, I still want a man to be able to do X, Y, Z plus, 1, 2, 3. And it's like, now you done raised your tax bracket, because most women go off provision. And at the same time though too, this is the case that's going on now. Most women are thinking of provision only as money.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
When reality though, provision is so much more than just this fictional piece of paper that we cut down trees and we weave in a little cotton, you know what I'm saying, and give it a little color in order to make this piece of paper. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Victimized for a long time, so they're making up for lost time. I'm not sure exactly how to.
Why don't we consider it a war on men any more than we consider it a war on femininity?
Because if we're looking back at the women feel they've been victimized over a long period of time, if they were the victim, then that would make the men the predator, more or less.
Because we
victimized over a long period of time. Now, I know history. Throughout the history of this planet, it's always been some fucked up shit that went on, and it's always been some good things that went on. But that's just life on the planet. If you look at the planet that you live on, you know what I'm saying, it's ups and downs. Just like you have hurricane season and things like that. You in different parts of the world, you have drought seasons, stuff like that. There are ups and downs on this planet. There's what we would like to call good and bad.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That's what that is. We would like to call that good and bad. Let's just keep it simple, blunt, and honest. You know what I'm saying, out here. We like to call that good and bad. So, you know what I'm saying, to have that those good and bad seasons, yes, that's going to be ups and downs. And those good and bad people, yes, that, it's been times where, maybe women were, yeah, of course, a little bit, you know what I'm saying, thrown out the way. It was too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Throughout history. Then though too, you know what I'm saying? Women have had their times throughout history. And you know what I'm saying? It hadn't been on this mass scale like it is now, but it's come to a precipice to where, you know what I'm saying, it's at a point to where, to be honest with you, if this keeps going too far, you know what I'm saying, society will be in a total collapse, which is already is, let's just, it already is though, you know what I'm saying, fuck it.
We have this thing with men that we're not allowed to acknowledge that we're being victimized, that we're being attacked. Only women are allowed to be seen as victims.
Can someone be masculine but not a man, or be a man but not masculine?
Yes.
So why then is masculinity even applied to men in the first place?
Hold it down. Here we go. All right.
Traditional beliefs.
No, I think you could be a man and not masculine. I think there's a middle ground there. I think we kind of push like super masculinity, but you don't have to be a masculine to be considered a real man.
So then why is masculinity even applied to men in the first place?
Because I don't know, it's just like assumed that men are supposed to be masculine, I guess.
I'm not sure how you would define masculinity anymore. And a lot of, I see couples all the time where you can tell that the woman is the masculine. I mean, straight couples where, I mean, you can tell the woman is actually absolutely the masculine in the couple. So I don't know that it's not defined as black and white as it used to be for sure.
Yo, she said it, I did. You know what I'm saying? She said it, I did.
You old fish-eyed fool.
Hey, what is your damaged muscle head? You stupid? You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
Why is there so much confusion about what a woman is, but everyone seems to know what a real man is?
That's a damn good question. I mean, penis, vagina. That's all I got to say.
Why can a woman be anything she wants while a man is still clearly defined?
Penis, vagina. I don't know. I'm done with it. Yeah.
I don't know. Women are just different. They just have to be different. Women have so many different personalities. Men are.
There we go. There we go. Hey. So many different personalities. So you mean to tell me? So this is basically what you're telling me. You're basically telling me that you're fucking bipolar by nature. That's basically what you're telling me.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That you're bipolar by nature. And we all know that in reality, especially in this dangerous and complicated world that we live in, how do we tend to treat and deal with bipolar people? We tend to keep them confined. We tend to try to treat them and try to keep them in a certain type of box. I mean, true or false? True or false? Because if we just had a bunch of fucking bipolar people just running rampant around on the planet, I mean, you know, would nothing get done out here? Would no jobs get done? Would no houses get built? Would no statues get made? I mean, it just would be just nothing would get done. Because, you know, each day or each second or whatever, you're changing your mind. You're a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Jackal and Mr. Hyde only changed after certain points.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Like, how? Hey.
They're just like confirmed. Like they're very simplistic. Women are very difficult.
Because the pressure to perform is always on men. So there's always a set expectation. There's always a set bar of what you have to do.
Why can a woman be anything she wants while a man is still clearly defined?
Because we live in a gynocentric world. And if a man had that same perspective that you could do anything you want, then it would kind of be hard for men to be controlled.
It's a part of the agenda, and women wanting to break into the patriarch. And the way to do that is to confuse and to defuse anything that might be perceived as masculine and not praise anything that is truly a masculine trait beyond the convenient traits.
Why can a woman be anything she wants while a man is still clearly defined?
Well, because again, like I said, the future is female, and that's the agenda they want us to progress to. So that's what the narrative is. But at the end of the day, as
who the hell keeps saying the damn future is female?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So you mean to tell me out there, gentlemen, since the future's supposed to be female, this and that, okay, hold on here. You mean to tell me that you are okay with these chicks just, you know what I'm saying, running rampant, things like that, when you know deep down in your soul, the bottom pit of your fucking soul as a man, that at the end of the day, though, you're not going to get any type of fucking respect unless you be a man.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Unless you able to handle business. You know what I'm saying? Unless you able to, take care of yourself. And, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, take care of somebody else too. Hey, listen. The thing of it is, everybody want to sit there with this female and is future and, future's female. And whatever. But innately, we cannot get rid of the nature that we have been living by, and that's truly us as human beings on this planet. We just can't get rid of that.
And what the French toast
It's
is there to
impossible.
think about?
That's the reason why we having all these crazy conversations nowadays, trying to figure things out that's already been figured out. We run around here trying to reinvent the fucking wheel and all this dumb ass shit. It's already been figured out. We just need to start back doing what the fuck we supposed to be doing. But hey, though, it kind of is what it is out here. I'm just being honest. People don't want to do that.
Men, we set our boundaries, we establish ourselves as such, and we're going to always be men regardless. True men knew that. Regardless, and a real woman will recognize and respect it either way.
How would you define mansplaining?
I would define it as a man explaining to a woman about something that they think they have no or little previous knowledge of.
When a man starts to push a solution rather than listening to the nature of the problem, a lot of times a woman just wants to express her frustration. Man's got to solve it, and that can be a pain. Advice when it's not wanted or when it's forced.
Bingo. I'm just being real. What did that man say? What did the old man say? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women just want to vent and this and that, but they actually do have a serious problem while they're venting that needs solving. Because if it doesn't get solved, it's going to end up in some type of calamity or some type of catastrophe for them.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
If that problem doesn't get solved. But they're just looking at it as like, I just want somebody to hear me out. But no, though, you have a serious problem, sweetheart. And you need to solve it, because at the end of the day, though, you're going to keep going down a road of catastrophe if you don't solve this problem. But no, though. You don't want the actual solution. You just want somebody to hear you out, because you're going off this emotional thing that at the end of the day, though, it's going to ruin your fucking life. I mean, like.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
You old fish-eyed fool.
How is that different than women explaining what a real man is?
Because women explaining what a real man is them shaming you to conform to what they want you to do and who they want you to be as a man.
Women explaining what a real man is sounds like nonsense. So I would say they have something in common. They're both nonsensical.
Hey everyone, Carissa Thompson here with some.
Here we go. All right, we back.
Or simp, a male feminist, or a chivalrous white knight who believes all women are sacred?
The feminist.
Why?
Both of them are just doing it to try to get in the person's pants. But the feminist.
The one that thinks all women are sacred, because the worst thing you can do is pedestalize women and think that a woman is better than you, because you gotta devalue yourself when you do that.
Isn't chivalry pushed by religious conservatives?
Yes, but chivalry is dead.
I think that feminists can be chivalrous. So that part I stand on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to be chivalrous, I can be chivalrous to a little old lady and give her my seat on the bus, right? Same thing to define it, I believe.
Don't women define masculinity based on what benefits them?
Yes, absolutely.
So how are the traditional women any better than the feminist women?
Well, they all are beautiful and deserve to be protected. But at the same time, as men, we have to establish our boundaries, respect our own boundaries, respect women, protect women, and not deal with bullshit.
Okay.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Woo, Lord have mercy. So if we're living on this planet all together, and we all have our own ways of looking at people, of what's beautiful, what's not, it just is what it just is what it is. No. At the same time though, too, to protect all is impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, all women don't need protection. I mean, are you gonna protect the woman? And I did a video a little while back. Are you gonna protect the woman that actually was putting bleach in her husband's coffee because she was trying to off him to get the life insurance policy?
So what the French
Do you
toast is
really
there to
think a
about?
woman with that type of mindset needs fucking protection? Do she need protection or he need protection? You know what I'm saying? Like that. Hey. And of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all women do dirty stuff, and I'm not saying all men do neither. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not all. But it's, what's being promoted and what's being seen is a lot of tragedy situations. So, but now though, the thing of it is due to the internet, everybody's actually seeing women for more than just these beautiful flowers and shit that we've been seeing women in the past for. We're understanding the Black Widow effect now. You know what I'm saying? We're understanding the emotional switch that goes on and off, you know what I'm saying, with women, basically. Because, you know what I'm saying, like, they the ones that switch super hard. Men don't tend to switch super hard, you know what I'm saying, like that. As far as, bipolar, unless he's actually, diagnosed to be a true bipolar
So what the French toast is there
individual.
to think about?
What is the difference between feminist women shaming men for being toxically masculine versus traditional women shaming men for not being masculine enough?
There's really no difference. Men can't really do anything to win. It's like no matter what you do, you're always going to take an L.
It's crazy because the
Right.
women, the modern women that are shaming men for being masculine, most of them are masculine. So it doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't.
So how are the traditional women any
She said I didn't. She said I didn't. I just had to pause it there for a second.
better than the feminist women?
They're not. They're both shaming men into conforming to what they think is more beneficial to them.
Don't women define masculinity based on what benefits them?
I think everybody defines everything in the world on what benefits them. I mean, that's everybody
now,
trying
don't
to
you
see the
think-
best for themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's human nature, I think.
So just because you're anti-feminist, does that necessarily mean you're pro-men?
No, not at all. I think both sides have an equal amount of women that hate men.
So why isn't misandry the problem rather than masculinity?
Misandry is a huge problem that no one ever talks about. All we talk about is misogyny, but it should definitely be talked about more.
What's the difference between feminists labeling anything they don't like as misogyny versus conservatives labeling anything they don't like as immorality?
There is no difference. It's always shaming what you don't want and shaming what doesn't fit your narrative. It's always shame, shame, shame.
It's ridiculous for someone to impose their religious morality on someone, use it to shame them. It just doesn't make any sense for a man to do that, a religious person to do that. It doesn't make any sense for a woman to do that. They're not making a better world. I mean, they're just like, the world should be like me. That's a pathetic kind of narcissism. That's a disease.
I mean, I think that the masculine women are trying to be something that maybe they don't necessarily fit into the role, so they're trying to change the role. And the traditional women are having a hard time because their role is going away. You know what I'm saying? It's like evaporating. Everything is very fluid right now. Everything is changing.
Yo.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It is what it is, though. It is what it is, though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it right there. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. It's getting hard out here to define masculinity. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, too, we're still hearing women that, well, she still wants a masculine man, and she, he needs to be able to do all this and that and stuff like that. But it's like at the same time though, too, that masculine man wants a feminine woman. And my whole understanding of this complicated situation is that in today's society, we're trying to put two batteries. We're trying to put a battery in a situation to work that has two positives. We're trying to put this battery in a car or any type of machine that uses batteries, and we're trying to use a two positive battery in order to run this machine. And when in the history of since batteries have been invented, have we used two positive situations in a battery in order to make a machine run? I mean,
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I've never seen it. I have yet to see it. I have yet to see a battery with two positive ends that actually makes a machine run. I have yet to see it. Now, if somebody out there, has a two positive battery or or a battery that's two, two negative sides. If you're running any type of machine off a battery that works like that, then please let me know. I mean, what I'm saying, yay, I got my email down there, I mean, I'm just saying you need the opposites attract. That's been the nature of how we live on this planet. The opposites attract, but it's just like this. When the woman has the upper hand on the man, she's not going to be attracted. She may be attracted for a little while just because she's on her high of being able to have that type of control, in that situation. Let's just keep it real. But long term though, she's not going to want to do that. She's not going to want to keep that going. She's not going to want to, put that in place. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not her nature innately. And regardless of how much we try to, move things around and stuff like that, and we want to get into these relationships, somebody's going to have to be the positive side of the battery, and somebody's going to have to be the negative. Let's just keep this real.
What the French toast is there to think about?
I mean, I'm just being honest out here. Whether you like that shit or not, that's the only way it's going to work. The only way. But nobody wants to actually, do it the way that it needs to go, and then they're wondering why, I mean, it's crazy out here. But it is what it is though, man. Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell that you'll be notified whenever I decide to post things. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
Yo, that, my friends, is the bottom line.